behalf of the FEC Arts, I would like to thank you all to be here today and to participate and experience the language of the stones in the realm of love and forgiveness, that the creator is Franca Di Valerio, here on my right, and Ronnie Hartfield is the convener and who orientated us and guided us in this process. So I would like to thank you too for this amazing experience that I will share with you all. You know, thank you, Larry, thank you, Gillian, and Don, who is not here right now. So the team of Fetzer was amazing in making this, and all my FEC art members who were so dear in making this process to become what it is here. So let's start talking about this mandala. And this mandala, it is the atom of the quartz. Why the atom of the quartz, you will say? Well, quartz is a mineral that is present in 90% of the crust of Earth. And it is common. So what can unite us is what is common. It's a common language. It's not, I speak English, I speak Japanese, I speak Italian, I speak Chinese. No, I speak the language of Earth. And it's done with the stones of Assisi. It's a calcário, and it's the same stone that you will find in the Church of St. Francis, St. Clair, and many of the constructions around. It was done by artisans, local artisans, who have the knowledge of cutting. So it was introduced also, the local people here, for this to be possible. The atom of the quartz here is like an instrument of navigation with, for the Earth within our cosmic system, orientated by the atom of the quartz. This is the sun. I would say it's a slice of a geode, and geode, the other name for geode is little Earth. But this slice of this quartz is over the Monte Subasio. There is where St. Francis went to meditate on his love for nature. So we have here one sun, that it becomes also a sun because it receives the rays of our solar king outside, and it aligns with this earth, the blue stone, a sodalite from Brazil. And to have a moment of union here in this piece, where we have the heart of the crystal, the heart of Earth, connected to Earth. So this is a moment of union. So we have the alignment of the three stones here for the union to happen. And why is this union important? Because at the moment this, the inner core of our Earth comes and connects to us, to Earth, then is the moment that we can go to the outer solar system, in the sense of being really grounded to where we live, to where we are stepping. And this is fundamental from now on with all the crises that we are passing. You know, economical crisis, crisis on the climate, social crisis, values, our values, where are the values we should look for? Then I believe that the quartz, it is like a geometric pattern that communes us all, and that we can learn through this how to survive. And why I say survive? I say survive because in Earth, what is amazing, if you think, well, it's so common. Why is it so common? Because it knows how to address all the obstacles. It finds a way to adapt. And it survives. So I think, like we were hearing in the morning, the obstacles are the good opportunities for us to transform from one place to another place, from one form to another form, from one thinking to another thinking. And this, I think I learned so much just contemplating this geometric pattern. Also, this geometric pattern, it has two things very interesting. Because if you think of your aspiration of something departing from you, a tetrad going upwards, and you think of a tetrad like a grace, giving an answer for your aspiration. This, we are speaking a three-dimensional space. Then, when it meets, it becomes this bidimensional form, and it's like an architectural plan where both our inner vision and the outer response can meet. Again, I believe this to be a place of meditation. And going a little bit on the side, what I would like you all to kind of see, or now or later, is first the book of pilgrimage, where you have many people going towards the earth. Well, it looks like generations of people coming. And I think that this thought of generations coming this is a language that will be possible the most people open their eyes and look to earth. So then they will not do like a nuclear energy thing over an island like Japan, where you can have a movement of the earth. There will be respect. We will understand its cycle. We will go towards its own movement, its own process, its own life. Here we have the stone of transformation. And why the stone of transformation? Because for the quartz to form, the crystal to form, imagine that you are in the volcanic time. We are 800 million years ago. And then the magma comes, warm. And then you have these bubbles inside the underground, and inside the bubble is where the quartz will form. But if the basalt that also comes together, because they both come together, basalt and quartz, invades the void, the quartz will not form. So we are speaking of process of creation, and that's why I think it's so connected to the art fact. But we are speaking of, you know, in a creative process, if the life is not protected while it's being engendered, it can die. So we are speaking of to be and not to be too. And we can see the connection between the stones and our lives when we understand the process. And we look in time. We are not looking at time. And here, you will see here, this is the basalt. I always call it a mortal stone. It's not mortal, but it can, dissolves itself. While the quartz, it has a longevity. And why is this? But what is fantastic too about this, and I learned seeing the caves and the formations, is that both, they have to grow together. Why? Because the outer one is what gives the shape to the inner one. If there is not the outer one, or what we would call the obstacle, you don't grow the precious life inside. So again, you know, and what is amazing when you look at the cave is that you see both. There, they crystallize in time. And in the beginning, it was this whole struggle for the survival and the formation of these stones. So this is the stone of transformation. And there you have the stars around us, and over there, the heart of Earth. Right over there that you will see. It's a solar heart, okay? And it shines for us all, and I would love to hear Larry speak some words, please.
Denise's, well, I'm going to do the best I can, but we've resolved to learn from exemplars, and the Arts Council held Denise's work out as an exemplar that they would like to put forward. And I just want to mention a couple of things maybe that I've learned from Denise and this work. Denise approached me in the beginning, and all of us, and she said, I would like to teach you the language of stones, which is the title of this. I said, well, I always wanted to be multilingual, so let's give it a shot. And I've learned so many things, maybe just 2 points. One is this beautiful crystal down the end, which is projected to the sun, and if you want to say calls us out to the sun and calls the sun in, is a deliberate quotation of Dante, who refers to St. Francis and Assisi as the sun. And so there's an invocation of that. Well, let's go down another level or layer, as I learned from you. If you put that in an electron microscope so that you could view that stone at the molecular level, that is what you would see. That's the inner molecular structure of that larger crystalline form. And that gives an explanation of how crystals are working, if I understand it. They're agglutinative. They find sides where they align, and they begin to bring others of like mind, if you want to say like side, alongside of them. And so it became a metaphor, or maybe even a metonym, an actual substantial rendering of what love is like. It binds us together into larger and larger aggregations, and beautiful patterns, in fact. Now, one more step. If you look at that and the way Denise has outlined it here, this pattern is the form that you'll see in the rose window of St. Clare's Church. If you look at the large rosette window in St. Clare's Church, which is in the town, you'll see this form. And it set our friend who has this language of stones to thinking, well, that is the molecular structure of love that represents a quartz that binds 90% of our Earth's surface together. Love is that kind of hidden force which binds us together, which we would do well to be more aware of. Suddenly our mission is involved. Foster awareness of love, which is, subsurface most days, but let us bring it out and see what happens. So here's this beautiful structure. And the last thing that I learned is Clare, in Italian, her name is Chiara. Anyone who's studied Dante, you're waiting for the next word, le chiare or la chiara, and also St. Francis for that matter, la chiara stella, the clear or brilliant star. So this is the star of Clare. This is, and it's always referred to as the brilliant star of love that guides us through the void, through the open space. So this is some of the language that Denise's helped us to learn, and if you stay with her, she will take you even into other tongues, let's say, that help make links between the physical earth, our metaphysical life of love, and the structures that we know and love together.